Life seems to be a mystery full of ups and downs. But what if there was an invisible structure guiding everything? There is a set of laws that govern every aspect of our existence, regardless of whether we believe in them or not. These are the 12 universal laws, principles that influence our reality, our thoughts, and our manifestations. These laws are not just philosophical concepts. They have foundations that connect with spirituality, psychology, and even science. By understanding them and applying them consciously, we can transform our lives and create the reality we desire. Many people know about the law of attraction, but what few know is that it is only one piece of the puzzle. For it to work fully, it needs to be aligned with all the other laws. When we ignore this interconnected system, we become frustrated at not being able to manifest our desires. In this guide, we will explore each of the 12 universal laws, understand how they operate, and discover how to use them to our advantage. What you're about to learn could completely change the way you look at life. Are you ready for this journey? Have you ever felt that certain events in your life were interconnected in an almost magical way, as if the universe was lining up the pieces at just the right moment? This is no coincidence. It's the law of divine unity in action. This law teaches us that everything in the universe is connected. Every thought, every action, every emotion generates an impact that spreads throughout existence. We are like drops of water in a vast ocean, individual but part of something bigger. Quantum physics brings a similar concept. The idea that all the particles in the universe are intertwined, influencing each other. In spirituality, this connection is seen as a great energetic network where our vibrations affect not only our personal reality, but also the world around us. So what does this mean in practice? When we understand this law, we start to act more consciously. If everything is interconnected, every negative thought or judgment we emit also reverberates in the collective. In the same way, an act of love and kindness can create waves of transformation in people we don't even know. But there is something even more powerful in this truth. If we are connected to the whole, it means we have unlimited access to the energy of the universe. We can connect with infinite wisdom, with intuition, with opportunities that once seemed impossible. The key to aligning with this law is simple. Cultivate unity consciousness. See yourself as part of a greater whole and realize how your actions impact the world. Ask yourself, does what I'm doing now contribute to a greater good? When you begin to see the interconnectedness of life, everything changes. Individualism gives way to cooperation. Fear turns into trust, and you start to live more harmoniously with the flow of the universe. If you could see beyond matter, you would see that everything around you is in constant motion. Even objects that seem static are vibrating on a microscopic level. This is because everything in the universe is made of energy, and this energy vibrates at different frequencies. The law of vibration states that our thoughts, emotions, and intentions also have a vibrational frequency. Each emotion has its own vibration. Joy, gratitude, and love are at high frequencies, while fear, anger, and sadness resonate at lower levels. This means that the reality we experience is a result of the frequency we are tuned into. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a good mood, things seem to flow more easily, or that when you're negative, more problems appear? This is no coincidence. It's the law in action. But how can we use this knowledge to change our reality? The key is to consciously raise our vibration. Here are some practical ways to do this. Monitor your thoughts. Replace negative patterns with positive affirmations. Practicing gratitude. Appreciating what you already have raises your frequency. Take care of your body. Healthy eating, exercise, and sleep influence your vibration. Avoid negative influences. Toxic people and content can lower your frequency. Meditate and visualize. Spiritual practices help raise your energy. By understanding this law, we realize that we are not victims of circumstances. We can change our energy and consequently transform our lives. Have you ever had that moment when you felt that something great was about to happen, but nothing changed because you didn't take any action? This happens because intention without action does not generate results. The law of action teaches that in order to manifest anything in reality, we need to align our desires with concrete actions. The universe responds to our intentions, but it moves based on what we do, not just what we think. Many people get frustrated with the law of attraction because they believe that all they have to do is imagine what they want and expect everything to happen by itself. But the truth is that manifestation is an active process. It requires movement. Think of an artist who dreams of exhibiting their work but never paints a picture, or someone who wants a new job but never sends out any CVs. Without action, dreams remain only in the mind. But here's the secret: it doesn't have to be a grandiose action. Small, consistent steps are enough to create powerful changes. Here are some ways to put this law into practice. Set clear intentions and create a plan. Know exactly what you want and what you can do to get there. Take at least one action towards your goal every day. Constant small efforts generate big results. Act even if you don't feel ready. Perfectionism can be a great saboteur. When we start to act, the universe responds. Opportunities arise, doors open, and the flow of life accelerates. Have you ever noticed how certain patterns repeat themselves in your life? Relationships, financial challenges, or situations that seem to come up again and again. This is because the external world is a mirror of your internal world. The law of correspondence teaches us that as within, so without. This means that our beliefs, thoughts, and emotions create the reality around us. If there is chaos inside us, we experience chaos outside. If we cultivate inner harmony, our life becomes more balanced. This explains why some people seem to attract the same problems over and over again. It's not bad luck. It's a reflection of the unconscious beliefs they carry. For example, someone who believes that money is hard to earn may always face financial difficulties. Someone who feels unworthy of love may attract partners who reinforce this belief. If you see the world as a hostile place, you're likely to encounter more negative situations. But here's the good news. If your external reality is a reflection of your internal one, changing your life starts from within. Here are some ways to apply this law. Self-observation. Identify recurring patterns and ask yourself, what is this trying to show me? Mental reprogramming. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering affirmations. Self-knowledge. Therapy, meditation, and journaling help you understand and transform your inner world. Nothing happens by chance. Every thought, action, and choice we make generates a consequence. This is what the law of cause and effect teaches us. For every action, there is an equivalent reaction. This law is often associated with the concept of karma, but it's not just about punishment or reward. It is a natural principle that governs life. What we sow, we reap, whether on a physical, emotional, or spiritual level. Here are some examples of how this law manifests itself. If we cultivate positive thoughts, we attract positive experiences. If we treat others with respect and kindness, we receive the same in return. If we procrastinate and don't take action, we face stagnation and frustration. If we harbor resentment, we attract more situations that reinforce this emotion. The big issue here is personal responsibility. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims of circumstances, we come to understand that we are co-creators of our reality. If something isn't working, we can change the causes to get different effects. Here are some ways to consciously apply this. Law: choose your actions wisely. Everything you do comes back to you. Take responsibility. If something isn't working, ask yourself, what can I do differently? Practice conscious intention. Before you act, reflect on the consequences of your choice. When you understand this law, you realize that nothing is against you. You're just reaping the effects of the seeds you sow. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to be rewarded in unexpected ways, as if the universe were always conspiring in their favor? This is because the law of compensation is at play. This law states that everything we give to the world comes back to us, often in unexpected ways. Whether it's love, generosity, effort, or dedication, the universe always finds a way to compensate us. The difference between the law of cause and effect and the law of compensation is that the latter focuses on the return we receive based on the value we deliver. See how this law manifests itself in everyday life. Hard work and dedication lead to recognition and financial rewards. Genuine kindness attracts meaningful connections and unexpected opportunities. People who cultivate gratitude and joy are given more reasons to feel happy. However, this law also works for those who emit negative energy. If someone spreads envy or dishonesty, sooner or later they will face the effects of this vibration. Here are some ways to consciously apply this law. Give without expecting anything. In return, the return can come from where you least expect it. Offer genuine value to the world. Whether at work, in relationships, or in any area of life, be grateful for what you already receive. Gratitude makes room for even more positive compensation. The law of compensation reminds us that the universe is fair. The more value we generate, the more we receive back. The law of attraction is perhaps the most popular of the universal laws. It states that you attract into your life what is in tune with your energy. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs work like a magnet, bringing you experiences that vibrate at the same frequency. But here's the detail that many people overlook. It's not enough just to desire something. You have to align your vibration with that desire. If you want abundance, but deep down you fear lack, what are you really emitting? If you want a loving relationship, but carry beliefs that you don't deserve love, guess what? The universe always responds to your actual vibration, not just the words you say. So how can you use this law to your advantage? Take care of your inner vibration. Negative thoughts and emotions create resistance to manifestation. Visualize with feeling. Imagine already having what you want and feel the thrill of achieving it. Act as if it's already real. Your actions should reflect your belief in manifestation. Avoid obsession and despair. Attachment creates blockages. Trust in the flow of the universe. Nothing in the universe stands still. Everything is in constant transformation, growing, evolving, or dissipating. The law of perpetuation of energy teaches us that the energy we set in motion continues to expand until an opposing force stops or redirects it. This means repeated thoughts create stronger and stronger mental patterns. Sustained habits generate lasting results. Nurtured emotions become part of our identity. If you cultivate negative thoughts on a daily basis, the tendency is for this energy to gain strength and affect all areas of your life. On the other hand, if you maintain a positive mindset and take consistent action, this vibration is amplified, bringing opportunities and growth. The key to using this law to your advantage is consistency. Small daily gestures accumulate an immense impact over time. Here are some ways to apply it. Create energetic rituals. Meditation, affirmations, and visualizations help keep your vibration high. Avoid negative cycles. Identify toxic patterns before they grow. Stay focused on what you want to expand. What you feed with your attention grows. This law reminds us that the universe is always in motion. What do you choose to perpetuate in your life? Light and shade, joy and sadness, success and failure. The law of polarity teaches that everything in the universe has two opposite sides, and one cannot exist without the other. This law is fundamental because it helps us understand that challenges are part of the journey. Often when something negative happens, we react with resistance and frustration. But what if instead we saw these moments as opportunities for growth? Here are some ways to apply this law in life. Reinterpret challenges. Every problem brings a hidden learning. What can you learn from the situation? Use polarity to your advantage. If you're in a negative vibration, focus in the opposite direction. Example, if you feel fear, cultivate courage. If you feel scarcity, practice gratitude. Accept the cycles of life. No bad moment lasts forever. The universe is always in motion. This law reminds us that everything has a purpose, even difficulties. The key is to learn to balance polarities and use them as tools for evolution. Just as the seasons follow a natural cycle, everything in life goes through phases. The law of rhythm teaches that energy moves in cyclical patterns, and learning to flow with these rhythms is essential for balance. Have you ever noticed that there are times when everything seems to work out and other times when things seem to stagnate? This is because life is not a straight line, but a continuous flow of ups and downs. This law teaches us three powerful lessons. Nothing is permanent, neither difficult nor easy. Times last forever. Everything is renewed. Fighting against the natural. Rhythm creates suffering. When we accept the flow of life, we find more peace and clarity. Each phase has a purpose. The winter of life may seem challenging, but it's where we plant the seeds of our future. How can we consciously apply this law? Recognize which phase you're in. Are you in a period of growth, pause, or renewal? Make the most of each cycle. In moments of expansion, act. In times of retreat, rest and reflect. Trust in the timing of things. Not everything happens when we want it to, but when we're ready. Within each of us, there are two opposing and complementary forces, masculine energy and feminine energy. The law of gender teaches that both need to be in balance so that we can live in harmony and fulfillment. This law is not related to biological gender, but to energetic principles. Male energy, yang, represents action, logic, strength, focus, determination. It is the energy of doing, movement and conquest. Feminine energy, yin, represents intuition, creativity, receptivity, sensitivity. It is the energy of feeling, allowing and flow. When these energies are out of balance, we face challenges. Excess. Masculine energy, agitation, excess control, lack of emotional connection. Excess feminine energy, passivity, procrastination, lack of direction. The secret is to integrate these forces so that they work together. How to do this? Balance action and intuition. Make decisions clearly, masculine, but trust your instinct, feminine. Know when to act and when to allow it. Not everything needs to be forced. Sometimes you just have to trust the flow. Value both sides of your energy. There is no right or wrong. Both forces are essential. The law of gender teaches us that in order to create the life we want, we need to unite action, masculine, with inspiration, feminine. Now that you know the 12 universal laws, do you realize how everything is interconnected? Each law works in harmony with the others, forming a perfect system that governs our reality. But the real transformation happens when we apply this knowledge in practice. Here are some steps to integrate these laws into your life. Become aware of your energies and vibrations. Everything in the universe responds to your frequency. Choose thoughts and emotions that raise your vibration. Act with intention. Dreaming is important, but only action turns desires into reality. Observe the patterns in your life. Your external reality reflects your internal world. What needs to change inside you? Flow with the cycles of life. We are not always in a growth phase, and everything has its time. Balance your masculine and feminine energy. Use your intuition, but also take the initiative. The great lesson of the universal laws is that we are co-creators of our reality. When we understand these laws and live by them, we start to manifest our desires more clearly and easily. The universe is already working in your favor. The question is, are you aligned with it? Now is the time to put this knowledge into practice and transform your life. After all, you're not here by chance.